me. Dream team's alright. Oh yeah, alright. I coach Destroy. This is Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs, and Bella a little bit scared by that.
She is. Yep. She's not as up and about as us two because we are in the prelims going bang bang.
We're actually
head to head.
It is. It could be bigger. This should be the grand final, but well, it's my grand final. It's your grand final, actually. It's your last game of the season.
Yeah,
so
well, that's what the odds would have it saying at the moment. That I'm probably
Roy's
the outsider.
massively trying to play the underdog card at the moment. Rightly so, though, because he has lost probably the last 6 weeks to me.
Yep.
Score-wise.
Yeah, I'm definitely the heavy underdog.
No good. He's also been going into his team and on our assistant coach projections, putting all his shit players on the ground, his good players on the bench, just to make it look like that, I've got it in the bag.
I bet I nabbed you for a bit. You tweeted arrogantly that you were pumping me, and cha-ching! Do you know what that was?
What?
Got him! Yes! Can you believe that?
No, you didn't get me. Anyway, let's have a look around the grounds and let's look at Roy. Look at your team.
Yep.
What was your score?
Got him! Yes! 2 for 22.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable.
2,222. I don't think it's the first time it's happened because we've probably used that joke before.
I reckon.
But
at least had 22 in there somewhere.
I think that's got you moved up 20 spots with that score.
Captain Mediocre.
Sitting around there. So hopefully with you just outside the top 500, a top 500 finish would be good.
Oh, that'll do. Yeah.
That'll do. Now with my team, 7 points more. Choo 9.
Oh,
so
no.
if that can be the result
you
this
just
week,
keep beating me.
I'll be happy because I'm just better.
Yeah, you are.
Just the team is
Where
so
are you
much
ranked?
better. That's all right. I'm just outside the top 1,000.
Oh.
So 1,200 or so.
Oh.
I'll be right.
No, you need to get in top 1,000.
I'll be right. Yeah, I will get in the top 1,000. Don't worry. I've still got a trade left. You don't, even though you've been thinking that you do. I've been following that on the spreadsheet. What?
You've been mouthing off about that, and you'll probably win this week, but I can't respect that outside the top 1,000. You need to get in there. You've got 2 weeks to do it. Otherwise, I don't know if we can keep doing the show.
Well, we'll see what we can do. All right, let's move along to the old Calvinator. Poor old V8. He has been hit by some massive injuries, massive late withdrawals,
He's had so
massive
much bad luck lately.
He's struggled. So a 20.57, just so everyone can see where he is. Slightly slipping down the rankings a bit though, because he's down to 2.8 now. So not a good
I don't
thing
reckon
for
he'll
the
even update his team. You know, when he
When he
has
spits
a
it.
run of bad luck and spits it, he is not afraid
spits
to
it
go
very
all
well.
out. So he will, probably not update his team this next 2 weeks, I reckon. A monumental dummy spit, I reckon, coming up by Calvinator.
I wonder if he had the winner of this. Well, the winner of the Golden Stubby this week, that's a bit gold in there. The Golden Stubby winner was Gary Ablett. It was because of his massive score. He was just awesome. How many touches did he have in the end? I can't remember. It was 40-ish.
Oh, yeah, 40, around 40. Kicked a couple of goals.
Just was awesome. It's what you could have asked for when people were given the whole, I might just go something a little bit different there and go with a Beamsy. Happy with his 130 or whatever it was on Saturday night, and then Gaz came home.
Don't you love it when you check a score and think, it just pops into your head that 200
it could have.
Yeah,
oh, God,
is
that
well
was
within
exciting to
reach.
watch.
Buddy did it this year, didn't he? Got the magical 200, and there was a time there where I thought, Gaz, wow, he could actually get there, but obviously it's pretty hard to do. But he got really close.
Yeah, some other good scorers there. Oh, well, good people amongst that, like Sam Gibson.
Amazing.
Again, he's just been, and the 2 weeks that we needed him for, really, with Swanee out, he was a godsend there.
Amazing. Yep.
There's a few other good scores there. Some of the premiums.
He's on about a month of tons, isn't he? In a row.
Yeah. Dangerfield. One guy that he got nominated once, so he didn't actually make the list of the 5, which probably should have, is Toby Green.
Toby Green.
We got nothing from Toby.
I remember.
We wrote him off.
Well, I remember seeing he had those 200s before his price rise, or 2 really good scores anyway. And I said, no, for once I am not
chasing that.
Should have chased it. What a machine. What a ball magnet.
He's got to be close to the rookie of the year, really.
Well, without a doubt.
In Dream Team. Like, he's
a walk-up, actually, isn't he?
And the thing about that is that he will figure in our Dream Teams in years to come.
Oh, so definitely.
That's,
I suppose the burning question is, can he feature next year? Probably not.
Yeah, not as a mid, not second. Oh, God.
I know.
Because his average is going to be actually fairly big. I don't even know what it is.
I don't know, but it'd have to be getting up near 90, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If he hasn't had a subbing, he would be near 90 average, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't he?
Yeah. Have to be.
Anyway,
that's some big scores in
absolute jet, anyway. And, the ability to pump out a 150, and it's in his first year.
Machine.
He's just going to be absolutely brilliant.
All right, what most of us are here for is the teams for this week. We've got the prelim finals. We're in the big one. We've got to see what they look like. We're going to go straight into those just after this.
All right, just before I go into the first game, many people obviously going, Calvin, where is he? Calvin's captain's favourite part of everyone's episode. Now, even though he's completely spat it with his dream team, he would have been here could he be here, but he can't. Circumstances out of his hands. So the big fella, like Morty said pre-show, we're hoping he'll be back next week.
Yep.
And no doubt so are you guys, because, it's going to be captaincy for the big one.
Big dance. And
I need help with that. I'll need a good captain.
I know who I'm locking already. You won't need to worry. Are you in some other league grand finals?
I'll be needing to worry about it.
Roy, take us away with the Friday night game.
Okay, we've got Richmond versus Essendon. Now, coming back in for Richmond, no one we care about, and omissions, push-ups out, no one cares about that, but Brandon Ellis.
Could be there for some people.
People would be happy with him as their first emergency, wouldn't they? Surely no one would have him as a required player at this
but
stage.
it probably could be, because trades have been burnt by a lot of people. Like a situation could have been, he could have been playing for your Broughton, for example.
Yeah, good point.
Played out the season on your bench, which some people might have done because he was basically worthless to trade and those sorts of things. So he could have been.
And he was showing a little bit of form at times. So, hopefully no one's relying on Ellis because he's out. For the Dons coming back in, Bagley, the only really relevant one. Some people might have him sitting on a pretty naked bench. Out, Dustin Fletcher, that's no worry. Paddy Ryder, back out. And Brandon Lee. Brendan
Lee, that's the big one there, because he was on the bubble and he had two pretty good games.
That's what I thought.
Good scores, good
really
DT scoring. So
Brandon Lee, I had to make my Crow reference again, didn't I?
Of course you did. All right, let's head into Saturday. St Kilda and GWS. So for the Saints, probably the bad news here is maybe good news, but not really. Seb Ross is getting his first game, which would have been nice to hold him off until next year. Yeah. Let's hope he cops the vest. Could the boop, boop, boop submarine come? That would be quite handy if he can go and score like a 20 to 30 and keep his price down. So that would be all right. So he is in amongst that. The out there that's probably an interesting one for people is Sam Fisher, who was a bargain. And people did ask that a lot in the tweets around a couple of 3 weeks ago.
I nearly straight swapped him for Broughton.
And he was a handy one. For GWS, there are quite a few changes there. The big ones, Tommy Bugg is back, Treloar is back, who projected for 99. I think there might be a few of us playing him this week.
Come on.
And they're the main ones there. They're the fantasy relevant ones. Going out, not really too much to look at. Buntine, if anyone jumped on him for whatever reason, he's probably the only one. All right, so that's that game.
All right, Port Adelaide versus the Brisbane Lions. Boak's back in, and Logan, no one important, out for them.
Redden on the emergency. Be nice for him to come in.
Yeah. He faced fitness tests too, it said, through the week.
Oh, right.
And then interesting. It would have been nice to have him there, but I want my emergencies clicked in the other three areas anyway.
Makes that easier.
Yeah, definitely. Drummond's back in. Now, people in the Tackling Tithead Cup are the kind of people that would have Drummond.
So if you're playing off for that bottom 8 premiership.
Yep. And Tithead does have him too.
He does.
So,
one of his best calls of the
year.
year.
He'll be pretty happy. Yo! Oh no! Yo's out.
He is, unfortunately.
Okay.
One of us should have got him. Now you've glossed over something there, Roy. Who's named in the forward pocket there for the Lions?
The man that I have been copping a lot of tweets about today.
Yep.
Tommy Rockcliffe. Now, everyone is saying to me, Roy, do I put him on the ground or do I put him on the bench? And I just said, if he's playing midfield, you'd lock him onto your ground every day of the week because he will smash out a 120 minimum. If he looks like playing forward, you can't afford to put him on your ground because as good as he is, he's only going to get 80 because, well, even against Port, the supply in the forward line is not going to be that much.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be that good, is it?
No.
Despite the fact they got a win last week. But if Rocky, like I thought I was going to have this issue. I thought he's going to be named, smack bang in the guts or on the ball, and I'm going to be in two minds.
Do I play him or Gibbo?
Well, that's the thing.
I want him to play forward because I want him to cement that dual position eligibility for 2013.
This has to do it.
And it does.
The fact he's being named there now.
Rocky, stay there. Get yourself DPP. Everyone will fall in love with you again because you're so underpriced.
Yep.
And then just go and bust it through the guts next year.
What do you mean again? I never fell out of love. This is not his fault.
No,
this is Vossi's fault. But anyway, in two minds with Rocky at the moment. That forward pocket naming is looking like Gibson could have a foot in the door.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Well, all right, let's move into the Swans and the Hawks game. The Swans, nothing really to see there with anything. Goodsy, popular player for a lot of people. A lot of people actually looking at getting him in. He's hovering around that price where they are a bit of trades or upgrades to him. So, interesting. Couple of big games coming up for him, Hawks and the Cats. So, interesting. I don't know whether to say get him because people ask, should I be getting him? So, that's a tough one.
You just, at that, with Goodsy, I just think, gun.
Yeah. I know. It's intimidating
History of finishing seasons well. You just back him in.
They're working hard to make sure they try to get the top of the ladder. This is basically who gets the top of the ladder clash. So, all right, and for the Hawks, well, the big ones there, obviously, Buddy has been named again as an in. I think we're finally going to see him. What do you reckon?
I hope we do. I hope we see him because I traded him out and I hope we see him. For everyone that kept him, don't get your hopes up. Don't look at that 150 projection and lick your lips. That would be in your projection too.
Yeah.
Oh, smoke it. I am coming home. I am shortening by the minute. I can't believe you got that. I've never thought of that. You got that Buddy 150 in there. Oh, wow.
Sam Mitchell is back, which will probably make Calvin happy if he logs in to check his team. And after his late withdrawal, so that's about it. Matt Suckling plays his 50th game. So it's a good one after he's had a bit of pus. He's been a frustrating coach for a lot of people. Right, Roy, your boys.
Okay, my boys versus the Gold Coast. Now, Gold Coast, in, no one, out. Oh, Jared Brennan. One of your old boys. You used to have Brennan all the time.
He would be a Hall of Famer for the Warn Dogs.
Yeah, yep. Definitely. So no one really relevant there. With Colton, however, Mitch Robinson is out with that eye.
At least they've named it out.
Yeah,
like he's not the late withdrawal.
Yeah. There was big rumours that he was going to be named and not play, which would have been a real issue because he is vying for a position at the moment because he has been in pathetic
30s and the 40s that he's been dishing since he came back from his calf.
And history of late withdrawals of late, you wouldn't have really wanted to sit in there thinking he's an 80% chance not to play. You want a fair dinkum chance to play and someone else sitting there, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've done us a real favour there. Mitch is out. It makes life easy because, well, it's so handy as a dual position. Yeah. It keeps so much flexibility. And the fact he's just sucked. And there was that thing, he's playing the Gold Coast, so he should be back.
I know, and that's
but
where
then he's been so bad that... I don't know. Anyway, the thing I like here for you, I don't like for me, is that Bryce Gibbs is back in form. He has had 3 weeks. He'd be averaging 130, and he's playing Gold Coast where he will have a field day. He had 140 against him last year. So if you've been as strong as Warren and held on to him, you are finally getting some benefits from an otherwise pathetic, disgraceful season from someone who used to be my boy. Yeah, he's trying again. He's nearly, he's knocking on the door again after the last 3 weeks. But, we'll see. And Scotland, despite the fact he looked old and slow last week... And
beat Essendon by 100 points and still struggled.
He will be back as well. Those two should be both 120 to 130 minimum, I think.
Let's hope so. All right. Eagles and the Pies. So the big one's there for the Eagles. Our boy Brad Darzil, he's out. Love Darzil. He was what we thought was going to be probably the next biggest pig of a dream team player.
Yep.
But he's just not good enough to get games.
You see what he listened to pre-game the other day?
That's cool. Good work by him. Nothing really to see there. The big things about West Coast is about what's going to happen here with Collingwood. The out there that is a big one is Darren Jolly out with soreness. So what's that going to mean for Dean Cox?
You can rest him. Give him a rest.
No, but Red's not playing. I can't.
God!
I hope that they won't rest him.
No,
they want him to be playing,
won't. And
they want to be winning
that's
as many games
just
as they
me,
can.
just going, what?
So
You've been kissed on it again.
That will be a field day for him, hopefully, out there at Subiaco. So Jolly's out, so hopefully that's good for Cox. Big ones there. The other out's Nick Maxwell. No one's got him. He's been in a bit of DT form.
Maxie, just quietly, 100 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, good player. He said it was going to take him a couple of weeks to recover from that. You're right. But Jamie Elliott, some people might be relying on him. But let's talk about those ins. The big ins there. Oh, sorry, I didn't say Marty Clark. He's another one omitted this time for him. So he was one of my bench players that might have needed to be an emergency, but no longer. I can't. The in there is obviously our big pig, Dane Swan. He's back. He is back, so let's expect a couple of huge games for him.
He will.
It's not like he was injured, so the pig will be hungry.
He'd be pissed off too, because he still stands by the fact he wasn't drinking, doesn't he?
Yep. The pig's going to do that. And get excited about the pig in the grand final, because we're going to be at 36 Dane Swan Street in Richmond.
We are too.
For our afternoon party.
I won't be able to enjoy that. I'll be too nervous.
Will you?
Yeah.
What, do you really care about your school league that much?
No, I'm only in one league, mate.
Rightio, play it on. You go and talk about Geelong and Bulldogs on Sunday.
I've got something I really like about this Geelong game.
Really like this, do you?
Soreness. Everyone knew that Joel Selwood would have a rest in preliminary final round. At the start of the year, that was predictable, wasn't it?
Of course. Why didn't anyone tell me that?
No, this is ridiculous. Joel Selwood, we knew that they would rest Cats because they do... basically, you could say every week there's a gun rested from Geelong, but if it's down at Skilled Stadium, especially against a pretty easy team, it is just 100% certainty, isn't it, that they're going to.
One of them.
Now, it amazes me that Selwood has been named as this out. Do not think it ends there.
No.
Do not think it ends there.
Extended bench, so we'll know maybe a little bit more tomorrow, but
a little bit more
there's going to be Sunday carnage.
There is always cat carnage, isn't there?
Carnage.
Yep, and so... there's going to be some people thinking they're home and hosed, I reckon, and the Cats could just swing the other team back into contention. So
mental note, don't chirp Roy in my tweets or text messages before those teams are announced.
Yes, yep, definitely.
Although we've got the same Cats, so it's probably not going to matter.
Are you chasing my team, eh?
Yeah, I'm going to get in Stevie J just to match Destroy this week.
That's desperation, Warren Dog. I feel more confident by the minute.
Have you seen his numbers?
Yes, that's why I have him. You're dirty by even considering getting in my players at this stage of the year. For the Dogs, are there any relevant players apart from Matthew Boyd? I don't think so. No.
Tom Campbell. Is he someone? Bench. Don't know.
That Christian Howard's back in. Just
Clay Smith.
Yeah. What about Ryan Griffin last week?
Oh my God, the attack dog. He was massive.
A losing team.
Yeah.
Against Sydney.
Huge.
Just amazing numbers. 47 touches, but see what he converted it into. Disappointing. 120 something. Attack
Should
dog.
have been a lot better than that.
Attack dog, come on.
Too much of the handy ball. All right. Down at Etihad Stadium on the Sunday, in that middle afternoon game, we've got for North Melbourne, that Sirikowski is in again. I think he's been in quite a few times. Yep. But, yeah, that's the only real one there. Todd Goldstein sitting there in your ruck destroyer. That's one of our points of differences. Yep. Fremantle bringing in Zach Clark, Roberton and Sutcliffe. No one out. So meaning that Griffin isn't in after he was that really, really desperately late out. Which he's hurting a few people. T. Better, our boy T. Better out in the West. He's got him, so he's going to probably be wearing a donut this week.
Lee Spur there, extended pine.
Well, could be an out, but yeah, check those teams tomorrow afternoon, on the Friday afternoon
Fair to
beforehand.
say people would be relying on him.
And he has been pretty good, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, knocking out his 70s.
Yeah, which is
been good.
Which is better than a lot of the the premium backs that you've paid money for. So at least he's been consistent. I'm very worried with our matchup here, Sandilands. I don't know if Big Goldie can get a hit out versus Sandilands.
No.
That concerns me.
He can get a touch around the ground, old mate, though. Bloody
Goldie. He can. He goes. Yeah, he's a very funny player.
I was hoping for finals that HMAC might have been back, so he might have been in a bit of trouble with that.
You would hope that, you piece. Melbourne versus Adelaide. Now, lots of worry about the Adelaide players having such an easy run home and resting
of course
their big guns. When people talk about the Crows resting their big guns, it's usually Dangerfield and Thompson they're talking about. There's a second tier of Jacobs and Sloane.
Yeah.
Sloaney. He's copped it, I think.
Is he just being rested?
Elbow.
Elbow,
it
sorry.
Says elbow. So I tend to believe them. I reckon Sando, he doesn't.
Well, he did say in his press
much.
saying, we're not.
He said we're managing them through the week, not on the weekends. I like the way that guy goes about it.
He's good.
So he's out anyway. Chris Knight's far out. He used to be my boy a few years ago.
Yep.
Old Knighter, he's out.
In and out.
He'll miss the finals run, won't he? Knightsy.
Yeah.
For the D's, Bait Box is back in, and nothing relevant there.
Old Tom Couch last there.
Yeah, last on extended interchange.
Is he the worst rookie of the year?
The Submarine would say green vest at best for Tom Couch, but that usually means he doesn't think he'll make the cut.
Won't even make the extended.
No.
All right, let's have a look at some captains. Sans Calvin. Arr. Arr. Right, Calvin's captains this week. Let's just have a quick look at his top 5 there. And if you haven't read the article, you probably should have.
You should, because it's a bloody good
best article of the week, just about. Swanee sitting on top. He's back. Calvin's whacked him straight into number 1. Do you know why, Roy?
Because of his form versus West Coast and his form at Patterson.
Yep, loves it. Great numbers there. He's got Ablett all the way down at number 5. Probably the worry from the Carrots is a thing there. So
there is the worry of the Carrot and also that Carlton need percentage. So if you want to flog Gold Coast, you shut him down, don't you?
Yeah.
There. So I can see why he's down at number 5. I can see why some people would be going, "Oh, Calvin, you wanker," like you do. But once again, you shouldn't.
Yeah. So that's a big one there. Steve Johnson, that is why, Roy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at getting him in. His numbers are huge, but I'm going to look like an idiot when he is a late withdrawal.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm just going to say, sucked in.
And I'll be taking Dixon.
Why didn't you get Dangerfield?
Oh. Nah, he'd be too much more.
Oh, would he?
It'd have to be.
Oh, yeah.
It'd have to be. Eat it.
Why
Right,
didn't you get Brent Harvey?
He'd be too much more as well. He's been in some awesome form.
He has.
I just saw Steve Johnson there and it flashed up with my little extra features that I get thanks to Virtual Sports. It says, get this guy, it cancels out Roy's.
Yeah, would too.
And just going,
it's a bloody conspiracy against
this is a safe way to play. The safe way to play. Get him in. He's going to have a big score. That's it. Sorry. Calvin's captains. That's what it's all about. Well, we're here.
Yep.
Read the article. We're probably not going to give you much more insight because Calvin's the man for that. He wrote all about it, so you can read all about
it.
Yeah. Just a plug. The DT Grand Final meetup destroyed.
I was only just saying to you how excited I am about it.
Next weekend. So we'll be over there on. We'll get in Friday and go to the game Friday night, but it's all about Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
1 o'clock. We'll be at that place at 36 Swan Street. Dane Swan Street in Richmond.
Not a match made in DT.
Exactly.
Not what?
Exactly. It's probably like just a kebab house or something.
And
we just picked the
it's
place.
even like it's probably just someone's house.
Yeah.
It could be, but
I don't know.
It's even going to watch Swanee that night.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That will be the first 300-point game. The planets are aligned.
Wow.
Planets are aligned.
So, get along to that.
I think we've got special guests coming.
We have some special guests coming. We've got T Better all the way from WA. That's cool. And there's a very, very loose Aussie bloke.
There is a loose Aussie.
Loose Aussie. bloke that might be coming along, will be coming along. He's very up and about, and I think he's very
excited
keen
about it.
to throw a few cans down with us, which will be good fun.
That will be good fun.
Get amongst it. Yeah, so that's pretty much where we got. There's our little map. If you're not sure where it is, you see where that is. You can see the MCG in that top corner, and that's what we've got there. So we're not too
Is it
far.
really number 36?
36, Dane Swan Street, Holly Ava or something like that. All right, well, Rick, before we get into, if you've got some questions, send them in via Twitter. But before we do that, you all right, Muscles? Before we do that, let's look at a Meathead competition destroyer.
Yep, sweet.
Meathead, $50 voucher. You can get one of those from meathead.com.au. You need to tweet us, meathead_shop, and also put in @DT Talk. Whack that little puppy in there. Get ready for this question. You've got to, well, you might know it from not reading it, but it was in an article this week. It was in McGrath's Awesome Numbers article.
Oh, yes.
It was his first stat. It was, straight into it, how many marks did Cloak and Dawes combine for last weekend? So we want to know how many marks they combined for last weekend, and that was one of his big stats that he had there. So
that is one that I read,
and you remember that? Well, you would remember it if you read it because
it was hard to forget.
Yeah, hard to forget that one. So let's see what people have got, and we have our first one, Ned Connell. Congratulations, mate! You were the first one to whack that in and said 0. It was 0 between the two big men on the ground.
Man,
the two
how many times would have been a target throughout the night? Could not scrape together 1 plus 3 between them.
Some of them, did you see that one? There was one that bounced off Cloak's chest that looked bad.
I felt bad for him.
But Cloak did get a kick.
Oh, don't.
If anyone watched the Supercoach show, you might see that as such a fantastic joke there. Oh boy, oh me, oh my. All right, so anyway, that's that. All right, we want to look at some tweets there. Whack them into @WarneyDT, @RoyDT, bloody @DT Talk, and we'll have a quick look at those. Do a few tweets.
Yeah.
Make it short and sharp. We'll answer some questions. Most of them, I reckon, might be things like, who do I play?
Oh, that is definitely the burning question for a lot of people. At least Robbo has helped us out slightly by getting his
selections
shit
help.
yeah.
All right, we'll have a look at the tweets. We'll get them through after this. Rightio, let's get into some tweets here, and we're going to have a quick look through. Should I play Sam Gibson over Stanton? Okay, Sam Gibson over Stanton, would you do? Devon Smith over Cloak's another question. Let's have a look at him. Sam Gibson over Stanton.
Sam Gibson. Now, Sam Gibson plays Fremantle, and he's named where? Gibson. Where is he named? Oh, on the wing. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
But Stanton's just been so awful.
Yeah, I know.
70, mediocre.
And I think he even had a 60-something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Now, Stant, he'll be named in his usual wing position. Right, head-to-head, based on form alone.
You've got to go Gibson.
You know, they're both playing reasonable opposition. I'm going Gibson. I cannot believe I'm saying that. Stanton is someone that he's got the potential to go 170.
Yeah, massive.
But I'd go Gibson over Stanton.
Yep. I will do the same if I was in that position. All right. Will Lee Spur make the cut? Do you think he'll make the cut?
I think he will make the cut, yes.
Be an interesting one. He's got some good form, but Ross Lyon is ruthless.
He is.
He will just do whatever he feels like on that. All right, last trading, considering Joel Selwood out for either Boomer Harvey or Mark Murphy. Which one should he go for?
Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark was massive last week, and he plays Gold Coast this week.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you. All I'll throw in there is that Harvey plays GWS next week. That's good for the grand final, but we've got to think more about this week. Yeah. You've got to get through this week. So making your trade count for this week.
I reckon he's jumped back up into number 1 tag.
Boom.
You know, number 1 tag priority and Crowley's. Yeah. So I'd go. I reckon Boomer. I love him, but I would go Mark Murphy all the way there.
Yep. Okay. 2 trades left. Prelim. 1.08 mil for a forward and a midfielder. Anyone? Who should I get? Well, unfortunately, Ed Hundy, I I don't know all the numbers and all that sort of stuff at the moment. But here's my idea about this, and I answered a question similar to this in the Supercoach thing today, is that go the best midfielder you can get. You're going to get more points from them than what you are with your forward.
I've got it. I know.
You know what it is?
I know what you should do.
Right, go.
You should get in Steve Johnson and Bryce Gibbs.
Really?
Yeah.
Bryce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not made of money there, the kid.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Good call, Karen.
Yeah.
All right, play Gilbert. Someone named Gilbert? Trade Robbo for 5 maybe. Or play Cloak. Wow. Sorry, dude. I feel sorry for your team. Sorry. Play Gilbert and trade Robbo to 5. Or play Cloak and trade Broughton to Hanley. Right. God. Robbo to 5. I think 5 is going to offer you a lot more than Hanley. Hanley's form has been pretty average of late. I think he's only sort of had one good score.
Yeah, he was good last week, wasn't
he? Yeah, last week? Maybe. Yeah, he hasn't been... maybe last week was all right. But he hasn't been awesome. Okay. Not what we all thought he was going to be when a lot of people were getting him in. I think you're going to get more points with 5. Yeah. Agree?
Yeah, agree.
So that's the one. Obviously, Broughton and Robbo are out, but yeah, go for that. Gilbert, you might as well play someone like Gilbert in your back line than playing someone like Cloak. Cloak could be over in WA. He'll get owned by that back line, surely.
God, it would be so tempting to put Cloak on, just knowing what he can do.
What he can do. But people have said that for the last couple of weeks.
It'll kill you. You'll lose your game because of it.
Yeah.
You can't put him on.
There's a lot of risk.
He's worse than bloody a rookie. He's worse than, isn't he?
Massively. All right, let's look at this next one here. Duncan wants to know, Robinson out for Chapman, Robinson out for Thompson, or Seld out for Murphy? Okay, who would you rather get in then, basically? Chapman, Thompson, or Murphy? Holding Selwood for next week might be a handy thing. Robbo could be out for 2.
Yeah.
So maybe we go in that thinking. So hold Selwood. Hopefully you're playing a Gibson or someone like that. But Robinson, Chapman or Thompson, who would you get?
Thompson.
Yep.
I would get Thompson. But if you are the underdog in your game, I would get Mark Murphy.
Right.
Mark Murphy has the highest potential score out of those 3 this week, I reckon.
Roy is a big rap for Mark Murphy.
I am.
All right, let's have a look here. Any questions? You got any tweets up for yourself?
I didn't log into my Twitter.
Didn't you?
I will go get my phone. That's
if
permanently
the Warn Dogs have had quite a few interactions going through. Trelaw over Martin. I would. I just think Trelaw's great. He had a rest last week. Wasn't injured or anything like that. He will hopefully be good. I would play him over Martin. However, against Essendon, anybody can possibly smash Essendon. I massively hate playing the rookie, even though these guys have come out and been so awesome, like Gibson, Trelaw, etc.
You guys having that discussion.
Yeah, what do you think?
It is such a tough call. It's unbelievable. My head says stick by Martin. You paid the big bucks at the start of the year for a reason.
Yeah.
He's a superstar of the competition. At the moment, Destroy's going Trelaw. Trelaw is an absolute ball magnet. Now, the worry is sometimes he's given that full-on lockdown tag role. Like, just do not worry about the ball. Do not let that guy. Do not let that guy touch it.
That scarred me. That 20 points.
Yeah, I know.
So I lost a few of those big scores recently because of that.
Yeah, I put him on the ground that week too, and that actually I got 2 heavy tag weeks. Yeah, and I was basically going to rule myself. Like put a line through his name. Do not ever start him on the ground unless you have to. This last month can't be ignored, and one of those games was tagging Pendlebury, and he still had 38 touches or something ridiculous.
It's crazy, but yeah, those big scores, that's the thing. And so those decisions, he had that 20, and so those next couple of weeks where he smashed big scores, I was going, nah, got to go safe with Dixon instead of him. Yeah, and just got me a little 70 and missed out on those hundreds. Anyway, all right, next one.
Martin, he's due.
He is Stewart.
But,
next, need to play 2 of these guys, Martin, Porplesia or Zorko. I think Zorko's a definite. Porp's coming back from a shoulder, or Martin.
Sorry, I was reading.
Martin or Paul Pelagia. Who would you play out of those two? Because I think Zorko's a must out of those two.
I'd probably go Martin.
Yeah. Porps can have those stinkers. What do you got there? What do you got?
Nick's just said, now this is a tough one. Sam Shaw over Michael Johnson. Now these two, Michael Johnson, he started the year amazing, wasn't he? He was so consistent, and he was just a lock-in 90 every week, Michael Johnson. Of late, he has been disgraceful, and he is far from that consistent man that we saw at the start of the year. Sam Shaw is just the same. With these two, you could quite easily change every week and miss out on good scores. Opposition, who Freo play North in Melbourne. Who do Adelaide play again?
Adelaide play Melbourne in Melbourne.
Right.
Adelaide. Oh, I think it's Melbourne.
It is at Melbourne. I'm leaning towards, though, Sam Shaw probably.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying that.
He runs out of the back line quite well.
When he's allowed to do that.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm going Sam Shaw. And Nick has also said there, hashtag Freo boycott 2013.
For sure.
Fair call. Fair call.
That's ruined us, Ross line.
He has.
All right, Warn Dogs here have a question. Thought the same thing. I have $235,000 in the bank, so plenty to work with. Cheers, mate. Oh, sorry, that's just an answer to a question. Okay, sorry, I should read that before. This is a tough thing at times. All right, so they're all questions that we've just read. Anything else you've got there, Destroy? Oh, good option for Mitch Robinson. Now, that depends on any coin that you've got. If you've got a little bit, which I do, I've got like 30 odd grand, that gets you to Steve Johnson. So Steve has gone up after bottoming out sort of thing, but he's still at a good gettable price, or a lot cheaper than what he should be. So he's a good option there. There wasn't much around him, to be honest, when I looked around to see that really excited me. So the cash is a handy thing, if not just sort by average. And at this stage of the season, you can only do that. And if someone else goes, oh, what about him though? Have a look at his draw. That's almost what it comes down to now. A bit of horses for courses.
Yeah.
If he can average as much as someone else.
At this stage, I look at average last three as my first thing.
Yep.
And then average last three and then two opponents. Two opponents.
Good call.
Yeah, they're my criteria. If I had trades, when I'm trying to help people out, that's what I'm looking at.
Yep. All right, got another one there, Destroy? I reckon... Hang on.
Do you reckon Craig just thinks Calvin would be interested in rearranging Calvin's captains?
Yeah.
With Cox.
Cox, yeah. That's a good call.
Would you think he's now in top 5 potential scorers for the round?
He probably has to be.
Yeah,
because he has been in pretty good form. He can bust big scores. And when
Ablett was 5th, would you bump Ablett for Cox?
No.
So Cox stays out of the top 5 then?
Yeah. No, I don't know enough about the other guys that he put in there, but
yeah,
he'd have to be. He's in calculations. If you did want a point of difference, if you didn't have,
I think you should go him. I'll stand by that.
Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be good. But yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play safe. When you're the favourite, you've got to play safe. Isn't that what we do?
Yep. That's why Steve Johnson is my captain.
Buddy is going to play.
Do you reckon? Do you honestly think? Oh God, yeah, that makes me happy. Do you honestly think Swanee is going to be able to come back into this team and just play his normal role, having everyone look for him all the time? Do you?
No, I don't know.
No, there's no chance.
Calvin put him number 1. He's even
a sub concern to full on teaching. Teaching the lesson.
Idiot.
Well, he doesn't mind. Have the week off. Yeah, cool. He goes and has a rest. Humiliation of being a sub-born dog. That could happen.
Chance. He's had his humiliation.
I wouldn't put him captain. If you're playing safe.
That picture of him at that nightclub.
Yeah.
There with old mate, what's his name from Essendon?
Oh, yeah.
That's enough That's enough humiliation for anyone.
What was he doing? Sorry. But yeah, he'll be sub and he's going to be your captain.
He's going to be fine. All right, I think that's enough for us tonight.
Yeah.
Prelim final weekend. Get excited, get up and about. Make sure that you have your team sorted. Don't make any mistakes, but don't go into this weekend like going, oh, I'll save that train for the grand final. Just train
You
hard.
should.
Should I?
Yeah.
Well, I'm that much
Stop
of a favourite.
chasing my players. Stop trying to make it same teams. It's ridiculous.
Just because the rest of my team's better.
How are you going to get Pendlebury in as well? Because you need him.
No, you don't.
You do.
Pendles. He did his knee.
I
Train.
did so. Oh, God.
Yeah,
The odds are out
we're in
again.
trouble.
The odds just went back out.
One dog, something about. I'll be seeing you sitting here next week, and I'll be in the grand final. I would have probably just had a little grand final parade through the mall in Launceston. Yeah, the crowd will come out for it. Bloody hell, could you imagine what it'd be like going through the mall? The back of a car, you know, shit thrown at you. It would be good.
Duck and stubbies.
Would be good. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Good luck this week, and yeah, get amongst it. All right, see you, team.